in this life. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate. I hope you all are doing great. I hope you're keeping safe from COVID-19 and other diseases. Thank you so much for being here. I'm your host, Tima Dauda. The question for you today is, why don't you go for your checkup? Why do you delay checkup? Why do you delay checkup and wait for signs and symptoms before you actually go for checkup? Have you gone for your cervical cancer screening as a lady? As a man, what are those checkups that you've gone for them despite you're not seeing signs and symptoms? So why do we delay checkups? Why? That's a question for us today. It is important for us to know that infections and diseases come with symptoms, comes with signs. But in some situations, some of these infections and diseases might not actually show us signs and symptoms that quickly. Because you might not see these signs and symptoms that quickly, there's a danger that you will think everything is okay, whereas everything is wrong. So if you're thinking, oh no, everything is all right, you're thinking, oh no, I am okay, there's nothing wrong with me, please take a break and understand that there are infections that will actually destroy you before the signs and symptoms do show up. That's the more reason you go for checks. That's the more reason you go for screening. Cervical cancer, breast cancer, and all other cancers, these are things that we have to do as screenings. Go for checkups without waiting for signs and symptoms. When you start waiting for signs and symptoms of cancer, it is devastating because by the time these signs and symptoms do come, if you were positive, if you were infected already with this cancer and the signs and symptoms do come, it will be too late for you. So it is always proper for us to do the checks, do our screening earlier before time, do it at least far ahead of time. Now, if you take an example for the symptoms of cervical cancer comes with a lot of symptoms. Symptoms might include vaginal discharges, and these discharges, in most situations, it comes with blood. Symptoms might include bleeding between period, meaning you see your menses like on the first, and within 2 weeks, by the 14th, 15th, another menstruation. Symptoms might include frequent and continuous urination. But with that said, you can as well get this disease even without knowing, because these symptoms might delay to come. And if these symptoms do delay to come, you will think nothing is wrong with you, whereas you have been infected for a very long time. If you look at other infections like hepatitis B, hepatitis C, it is almost the same. Waiting for the symptoms of this infection is risky, it's uncalled for, it's not necessary, it is not good. We all should be going for our checkups. Go for your checkup now. If you're negative, excellent. If you're positive, you get the necessary step on how you move forward. Please, your screening is very important. As a lady, if you have not gone for your cervical cancer screening as a lady, please do where to go for your cervical cancer screening. Stop waiting for symptoms of cervical cancer screening. And I'm encouraging all of us right now, those who have not done their hepatitis B testing, they have not gone for their screening for hepatitis B, please do where to go for screening. If you have not gone for your screening for other complications, even like prostate cancer for men, if you're 40 and above, you've not gone for your prostate cancer, please do where to go for it. Do where to go for it. It is very important because waiting for signs and symptoms is detrimental. Waiting for signs and symptoms is risky. Waiting for signs and symptoms is not something we all should be encouraging. Cervical cancer, breast cancer, hepatitis B, HIV, chlamydia, these are things that can affect you before you actually know it. It is important for all of us to take the steps now and make sure that we can go for our screening now. Stop waiting for signs and symptoms. Thank you so much for following. Please, if no question, I will do a wrap up of the discussion. So he asked me a question, why don't you go for your screening? Have you gone for your cervical cancer screening? That was the question I'm asking. And this particular discussion is to encourage us that we all should be going for our screening rather than waiting for signs and symptoms of infections and diseases. Because waiting for signs and symptoms for infections and diseases could be suicidal. By the time you're waiting for it, it might have taken you so much. If you found this information helpful, please help share to someone. Don't forget to use our contact 6700111404. This is purely for WhatsApp only. It is not for calls. If you are out of Cameroon, you add +237 before you put 6700111404. Thank you so much for following. May the good Lord protect you, guide you, show you the right path to follow, have mercy upon you, your family, and loved one, and everyone else, including myself. Amen. Thank you all. I've been Sima Dauda. May God bless you.